Hello friends, welcome to a new video. If you are new here, I would like you to know that I post videos on computer science topics, especially from NIOS and also other subjects. English, maths are available in the channel. So please go and check it out and do subscribe to the channel, put a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Let's jump into the topic. So today we are going to cover the Intext questions from 23.2. So first one is filling the blanks. Oracle, MySQL and PostgreSQL are examples of dash software. What kind of software it is? It is database software or DBMS. You can see. Okay, these are all examples of DBMS software. SQL is an abbreviation of structured query language. Structured query language. Next one is blank is a language specifically oriented around blank databases. So which is the language we are learning? We are learning about SQL, which is oriented around relational database that works with rows and columns. Next one is blank consists of the commands which are used to create, modify and remove the object in a database. So we are creating, doing some changes and removing. So this all comes under DDL. We are making some changes to the structure of the objects. Each command in SQL is terminated by a semicolon. You can write semicolon here. So that is the answer. Second question is state whether the following statements are true or false. So first one is MySQL is an open source free software. That is true. The first statement is true. To run MySQL, we can enter any password. That comes under the installation part. So that is false. DDL, DML and DCL are three different languages. No, they are part of the language SQL, structured query language. SQL is a case sensitive language. That is also not true. That is false. In SQL, a statement may spread into multiple lines. That is true. It can. Sometimes we write the select statement and then after writing the select statement, where clause may be written in the next statement, but the only thing is you have to end it with a semicolon. So it can go to multiple lines. Okay. So next exercise is terminal exercise. So we are going to see what we have to do in the terminal exercise, and these all are practical things. We don't have any theory in this terminal exercise. So let's check how to do each and every problem. The first one is create the following table. So table name is given here. This supplier is the name of the table, and this serial numbers, S number, S name, status and city are 4 columns. You have to make 4 columns. The structure of table will be like this. Field, S number, S name, status, city. So 4 options are available. In this one, the first one is varchar type. You can see these 3 columns are varchar type. That means they all take text values in that, and varchar means the value will be something like S1, maybe name of the person, and here city also will be some city like Paris. We can see further, we will get to know that. Next one is this first column is no, so this should not be left as null, so it should be not null, and other columns can be left as null. That is not an issue. And what are the constraints used here? Primary key. So primary key means this column S number should be a primary key. So while creating the table, also keep in mind you have to make the table column as primary key. So what is the meaning of primary key? It is combination of not null and unique. All values should be entered differently in this column, and also it should never be left null. That is the meaning of primary key. So that we are going to create for this particular table. Similarly, you have other tables, parts, project, SPG table. So all the four exercise tells you to create 4 tables with the specification given here. So in this parts you have got 5 columns. Different data types are here. All the other things are varchar except weight. So weight always take the number value. Any integer value it may take. And then the first thing is should be a primary key. That also you have to create while creating the parts table. The same way other 2 tables also you have to create. Let's see how we can create this table in our practical. So to write the program or the queries, we have to go to the programmist.com. This is the platform that I am selecting. You can also do in other platforms. So this is much easier. And you get all the overview. So let's see what are the things in this program is. This one, go to Google and give SQL editor, and it will pop up so many options, and then select the programmist.com. From there you will come to this screen, and then you can see on my left here some tables are given, that is customers, orders, shipping. Then these are already available. And if we go to the right side of our screen, we can see customers values are displayed here. This is the table. You can see the value of the rows. Okay. You can do like this and see. So first one is customer ID, first name, last name, age, country. So if you go here, it is customer ID, first name, last name, age, and country. So these are the things, and their values are given here, or their rows are shown here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the rows. 5 rows are available for this customers table. So this is how you have to understand. Same way orders table is there, and you have shipping as well. Okay, this integer means it is number value, and varchar means varchar is for text values. So now what we are going to do is, you can see by default query is written here. Select the name of 2 columns from your customer table. So directly when you execute this, click on run SQL here, click it, executing a query, and you can see the rows that are available. So you see first name, because here it is given, age because age is given here, and those rows are corresponding rows are displayed from the customer table. You can check from here, customer table, all the rows are displayed for first name and age. These 2 rows are displayed for the user. Okay, like this we are going to create or write the queries in this platform. Let's check one by one what they are. So if we see here, this is the table that we are going to create. So let's check how it will be appearing here. So create table, the table name, that is supplier. The first column is S number, second one is S name, third one is status, then city, all 4 columns, and I have written for everything varchar of 20, and for status it is int, and this one not null, because that constraint is also given. If you won't give also, that will work positively, because primary key always takes no well, primary key means it is not null. So primary key and you can at the end of the columns write primary key and the name of the column that you want it to be primary key. So this is how the primary key will be created. So after writing, just run the SQL, and you will see the SQL query successfully executed. That means it is done. And to check whether it has come here, on the left you can see a new column or a new table is created with the name supplier, and on the right you can see supplier column with empty data, nothing is there inside the table. So like this you have to create all the 4 tables which are given for the question. So let's see the second part. Second one is parts table. So in that 5 columns are there. So these are the specifications. Let's create that. Weight only is integer type and other things are varchar. And first one is primary key. So let's create the table. Go to the editor. So this is how your screen looks like. I have written create table, table name, all the 5 columns, all the data types, and then for first one it is specified not null. If you won't include that, that's fine. Primary key at the end, after finishing all the columns, at the end separated by comma, write the name of your constraint, that is primary key you are going to create here, and write the column name which you want it to be primary key, that is p number. I want this p number to be primary key. Write it down, execute it. It is executed successfully. So check it on the right. If you have parts table on the right, it is available, as well as on the left side you can see parts table is created. Next table is project, which looks similar to this one. 3 columns. Data types are all varchar, that means text, and the first one is not null or primary key, others are null. So we have to create this table. After that you have to create another one table, that is SPJ, where you have got 4 columns, where S number is there, P number, J number, and quantity. So these are the 4 tables that we are using here. Okay, then we have to check what is the key constraint, or that means the constraints used for this table. That is, if you see here, foreign key is there, and if you see primary key is there, and all are varchar type, and quantity only is integer number. So here foreign key is specified, that means you have to refer this serial number from another table. That which table is that? The table is your supplier table, which you have already created. P number from parts, and then J number from here. Table is project. So because of all this, we call it as foreign key. So what values are available in those columns, only that values you can use for these columns in this table SPJ. And quantity, as usual, it is nothing mentioned here, and so it is a normal column with integer data type. Okay, so now let's create both the tables, how to create them, and let's see how to create them. So if you see here, first column is create table, table name, and as usual everything is same, and with the column name itself you have specified primary key, so that may work. And here create table SPJ, and all the columns are mentioned, that is S number is mentioned, P number is mentioned, J number is mentioned with their data type, and also it is mentioned they are not null. With that you have to write the word references and write the table name where you are using, from where the column is being used. So it's from supplier table you are using serial as S number column. So supply, if you see on the right, supplier columns have S number, so that value is being taken here, and P number should be referred from parts P number. So if you see parts table, P number is there, that is the second column, and J number means it is from project tables J number, that means that we are going to create now project. So like this we are going to create these 2 tables also. So let's execute it, run the SQL here, executing your query, and it is saying the query is successful. So see on the right, the new table has come, that is project and SPJ. SPJ table is here and project table is here. On the left you can check SPJ table is available, and project table is also available. So that this is how the all 4 tables are created. Now we are going to insert the values in the table. So here you can see insert the following data in the respective tables. That means you are going to fill the tables with the values. Now we don't have values, we are going to fill it. It should be similar to this one. Supplier, all 4 columns are here, and then these are the rows. So this is first row, S1 is first row, Smith 20 London, that is the information in the first row, then the second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row. So 5 rows you have to insert in supplier table. The same way you have to do for parts. This is first row, second row, third row. So what we can do is we can insert all the values, or so that the table gets populated and it has some values. Okay, now already the table is created. Now we are going to insert values inside each and every table. So also it is clear, if you see the second page, it will be clear that project has values like this and SPJ has values like this. What was the meaning of foreign keys? Here if you see S1 is the value which is already available in another table, supplier table. P number, here it is J number. It is written as P number, but it is J number, and P number is taken from parts table and J number is taken from the previous table, that is project table. That is what the meaning of foreign key is. You cannot insert any value which are not available in the original base table. Okay, so that's a kind of constraint, another kind of constraint, foreign key. And these values are independent values. It doesn't interfere with any of these foreign key type of values. Now how to insert the values, let's check through the query. So it's supplier table, we have to keep the supplier table by our side to check which are the rows. So this is, sorry, which are the columns. Supplier table 4 columns are there. So first value will be S1, and the Smith is for S name column, 20 is for status, and for London it is for city. Now this is the syntax: insert into the table name values and write down the values directly, or if you want to enter in some columns you can also specify after this supplier, but we are doing it right now like this so that all 4 columns are getting populated, or all the 4 columns are getting values. Okay, no confusions, all the values are inserted this way. Text values with single quote and integer value with number. Let's run this SQL commands. So if you are doing all at a time, 5 rows will be there. Okay, see on the right side the 5 values are inserted. The change you can see here, and also it is displayed here. SQL query successfully executed. Same way for other tables also, insert the values. These values are for parts table, and here on our right, parts is now empty. Let's execute these commands. You can see the values are inserted in the table according to your values given in the textbook. Next is for project table. Run the queries and see project table. We don't have any value here. Let's run the queries. Values are inserted in the table project. Next table is SPJ table with many rows. It is nearly 15 rows. So let's see how to do that. 15 rows are there, all are written here and executed all together. You can do one by one also, that's also fine. So our table is SPJ. Now the values are empty here. Let's fill it. See, all the values are filled according to the table. So now we have done all the creation of table and inserting the values and see the rest of the questions. So thank you for watching. subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It will be useful to them too. Thank you for watching.